donation over on PayPal. Everybody, please show some love to Mulaney down below in that chat right now. Thank you so much for the $20 donation. That is so incredibly kind of you. As well as Lacey with the $1 on Venmo and Annabelle with the $5 on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love. Anyways, Maddie, so I have one question for you. Can you please name every single reason why you think that elective lethal abortion is wrong?
Yes, I will. I will say, to start it off, I don't believe in the death penalty. So that's one thing. And that's part of why I fully don't believe in abortion. I feel as though it goes against, okay, here we go. I'm Christian. Yeah. Every Christian's pro-life. I just feel as though there's tons of reasons. One, it's killing our, lower income women. It's killing everything that everybody's, it's the morality of it is a huge thing. Especially with the heartbeat stuff. I don't even understand that. I feel like even in instances love the baby more than you loved what happened to you or whatever.
So I just want to be clear. So you think that abortion is wrong because you're a Christian, right?
No.
Fucking hell. So be more concise with me here.
Yes, okay, that's fair. Okay, so I think there is a very big stereotype that most Christians are.
No. Please just be concise. I literally just want you to name your reasons why you think elective lethal abortions are wrong. Please. Just
yes.
Be concise with it. Also, Tay, thank you so much for the $5 super chat over on YouTube, saying it makes me so mad that MAGA complains about the people who abuse welfare, but it's only about 9% of individuals. What a disgusting generalization and stigma. I agree with that, Tay. But please go ahead. Name every single reason why you think that elective lethal abortion is wrong.
One, it hurts women.
What do you mean by that?
Abortion causes a lot of issues. I just watched this entire long video of I think it was Jubilee, the woman who debated all these women who had abortions, and you could see the sadness, and she did her own review afterward talking about it. There's so much anger and sadness from these people. Abortion or not, abortion is a traumatic event, whether you want it or not. You're having a procedure done to your body, whether it's a fucking filling in your tooth, that can be traumatic for anybody.
I got a question. Can birth be traumatic for anybody?
Oh, 100%. Birth is super traumatic.
So should we criminalize that too?
No, because you're not killing anything.
Okay, so then it's not the fact that abortion is traumatic that makes you think we should criminalize it. It's the fact that it's killing a fetus that makes you think we should criminalize it. So I'm asking you why killing a fetus is wrong. But before you do, thank you so much, MS, for the $50 super chat over on YouTube, and Emily with a $25 donation on Venmo. Everybody show some love to MS and Emily in both of the chats on both TikTok and YouTube, as well as Ego with a $5 super chat on YouTube and Hunter with a $5 donation on Venmo. Thank you guys so much for the love. Once again, if you want to support this stream and you're on TikTok, you can support me via the link tree in my bio where both my Venmo and my PayPal are. It's also the case if you're watching at home on YouTube live right now and you want to support me, you can support me through a super chat, guys. Thank you so much for the love. But anyways, welcome back, Maddie. So we were able to very quickly shut down your argument that abortion should be criminalized because it's traumatic. Did you also make an argument there that abortion should be criminalized because people regret it?
I don't think it should be criminalized. I think criminalize is the wrong word. I don't think we should criminalize all the women who ever got an abortion.
Made illegal. It should be illegal. So there was another reason you said there is that it should be illegal because people regret it?
No, not regret it, but I think in general, I think it's fair to say that it's a traumatic event, regardless of killing, regardless of whatever. I personally believe that you are killing a human baby, fetus, whatever you want to call it. And fetus and means baby, unborn baby, basically. And so it's insane to me that, it's continuing to happen when
So do you think it's just wrong to kill any innocent human?
Yeah, I think it's wrong to kill innocent humans. Yeah.
Do you think it's murder?
Yeah, I would say that abortion is murder.
Okay, I have a question. When does life begin? Also, Maze, thank you for the $10 donation on Venmo. When does life begin?
Life begins at conception.
Life begins at conception. So if you kill an innocent human life after conception, it's murder. Can I get a yes real quick? Verbal yes?
Yeah.
Perfect. So do you know what an IUD is, Maddie?
I do know what an IUD is.
Perfect. So an IUD is a form of what? A birth control. And one of the functions of an IUD, right, is to allow for conception to occur, meaning there's a unique human life that exists there, but then it prevents its implantation, starving it to death, okay? And under your worldview, that is the killing of an innocent human life. I have a question. Is that mother with the IUD that engaged in intercourse culpable for murder?
I don't think that women should be held culpable for murder. I think it's the system that we live in that allows women and pushes women to get abortions that should be held culpable of the murder. I don't think that the women themselves should be shamed for it. It's the same thing as like, well, if we all as a society started eating people, it's not our fault. That's what we were brainwashed to believe is true and right.
Oh, Maddie got banned by the TikTok guidelines. I'm very disheartened by that ban because I was about to run the best argument on her ever. We're going to go to get that next guest up in here, but I'm going to go ahead and also just tell you guys about that counter argument. So, if it's just that it's societally normalized and pushed for, meaning that these women that are engaging in sex with an IUD are culpable for murder, was it societally normalized and pushed for young Nazis to unalive Jewish people during World War II? It sure was. Does that mean that the Nuremberg trials were immoral and shouldn't have happened because they were holding these individuals culpable for murder? Meanwhile, it should have been blamed on the system. Crazy work. Rachel, thank you so much for the $20 donation over on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love, Rachel. I want to see at least 200 big W's and booms for Rachel down below in that TikTok chat, as well as Berkeley over on YouTube with a $10 super chat saying, please tell Maddie I'm someone who will die if I'm pregnant and I don't appreciate her trying to make that choice for me. Well, there you go. I'm so sorry about that, by the way, Berkeley, and I hope that you live in a state where abortion is legal. And thank you for the love. I'd also like to thank MS once again for that $50 super chat. Anyways, welcome up, DJ Beats. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. So why did you vote for who I'd consider to be the worst presidential candidate of your lifetime? Also, Brandy, thank you for the $5 Venmo.
I get it. Hey, could I ask you one question?
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right. So back a few years ago, was the Hunter Biden laptop real or fake?
I think it's real, right? I think it ended up being real.
Really? Why were we told that it was fake all during the election and the FBI under Joe Biden's watch was told Facebook to say that it was Russian disinformation when it was not Russian disinformation?
Because I'm pretty sure at that point, all the evidence that we had pointed towards the conclusion that it was fake and not real, and is only in the existence of new evidence that they did not have at that point in time. That's the conclusion.
How did I know it? But how did I know that it was fake? But the FBI didn't know it was fake. I mean,
well, actually, you didn't know it was fake at the time.
Oh,
you probably drew that conclusion without sufficient evidence. But can I be honest with you? I don't care about that at all for one reason. You want to know that one reason?
Why?
Yeah. Do you think that Donald Trump tried to manipulate the outcome of the 2016 election by paying Stormy Daniels hush money to stay quiet about the fact that he had cheated on his wife with her prior to the election?
Do I think that he did that?
Yeah. Do you think that he did that? Do you care? Do you hold him accountable for trying to manipulate the outcome of the 2016 election by hiding important
that
information
happens all the
from
time.
voters?
That happens all the time.
Exactly. You don't give a single fucking shit about Trump trying to conceal information from the American voters about him sleeping with Stormy Daniels. So why should I give a single fuck about the Hunter Biden laptop?
Well, I mean, obviously, why were we lied to about that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you think that if we knew that the Hunter Biden laptop was why
did Trump lie to us about not cheating on his wife with a porn star? Like, you don't give a fuck, therefore I don't give a fuck.
That's a pretty big ordeal. You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, that's just a drop in the ocean compared to everything else that was, put against Donald Trump
when he was running for president. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying. I think that you're a conspiracy theorist. If you care about very virtuous elections and very a lot of integrity in our civil electoral processes, I'm guessing that you're definitely no longer a Trump supporter after he tried to coup and rig the outcome of the 2020 election by installing fake votes for himself in Congress, right?
I mean, if he did that, wouldn't he be held liable for that?
Yeah, he was actually prosecuted in 2 indictments in Congress and then 1 hearing by the Supreme Court. Now, he was able to hold off the courts via the argument that he should be criminally immune from what he was accused of. However, right, he did admit to it, right? So he admitted to the Supreme Court that, yeah, he did send fake slates of electorates to several key swing states in the 2020 election. He did send them with fake votes from those states, which are called certificates of ascertainment. And he did have those fake slates of electorates, send them back to Congress for Mike Pence to certify as real. He also admitted to, right, pressuring Bill Barr, the head of the DOJ, into falsely announcing widespread voter fraud so he could sell that this attempt to rig the outcome of the election was nothing more than a correction of the outcome of the election. But of course, you don't care about any of that, right?
Do I care about that? I think it was going both ways. Don't you? Don't you think that it was kind of going both ways?
No, I don't. Give me any evidence of
I just told you the
widespread voter
100
fraud
laptop was
in
a
the 2020 election.
was a huge thing.
Wait, okay. So A, you're assuming that they knew Hunter Biden's laptop was real at that point and lack of sufficient information. And then B, you're acting as if that is equivalent to the largest internal attack
Listen to
on the
me.
American.
Listen
No,
to me.
you listen to me, little boy. And then you want to act muted. And then you want to act as if that is equivalent to the largest internal attack on our democracy since the Civil War?
Let me ask you this. Do you think that the FBI can't take one look at a...
Sorry, DJ. Unfortunately, you're pivoting away from what I'm bringing up about the 2020 election. I let you have your chance to talk about the Hunter Biden laptop story uninterrupted. I even gave you my rebuttal. You then just continued to talk about it. I gave you a second rebuttal. You then continued to talk about it again. I gave you a third rebuttal. And then I brought up, right, what I consider to be the largest internal attack on our democracy since the Civil War, right, which obviously is something that you should care about given, your very strong, desire for a lot of integrity in our civil and electoral processes. And seemingly you don't want to respond or talk about them at all, right? So how come you don't do that for me? How come, right, you only want to talk about what you perceive as a threat to the integrity of our civil and electoral processes as it is presented from the left, in which you make a lot of baseless assumptions and assume some conspiracy theory. But then when we have the largest internal attack on those same processes, right, committed at the hand of Trump and admitted to by the mouth of Trump, you don't care. You don't even waste two breaths talking about it.
I don't know anything about that. I don't,
Okay. Maureen, thank you for the $1 on Venmo, as well as Jan, thank you for the $5 super chat over on YouTube. So why do you think Donald Trump was a better presidential candidate?
Why is the last 4 years during question and answering time, all the questions were pre-given to Joe Biden? Do you think Joe Biden was cognitively okay to be president?
Yo mama, thank you for the $5 super chat over on YouTube.
Or do you think he was uncognitively?
Yeah, so no, I don't think that Joe Biden was sufficiently cognitively qualified to serve as a president in a vacuum. However, compared to Donald Trump, I believe that he was a significantly better candidate. I would rather take the old man with some decrease in levels of cognition due to old age, with a good policy built to benefit America, compared to the old man that's just straight up delusional, told over 30,000 confirmed lies during his presidency, launched the biggest internal attack on the American democracy, alongside and on top of the fact that he has incredibly harmful policies. So of course I'd take Joe Biden over Donald Trump. However, right, it's the case that Joe Biden wasn't even running at the end of the day. And if you predicated your vote off of cognitive abilities, well, hopefully we could both agree that Kamala Harris was more competent than Donald Trump. So does this mean that you regret your vote and you should have voted for Kamala Harris because she was more competent than Donald Trump?
So why didn't Kamala Harris let us know? Kamala Harris let us know early on that he was not a cognitively fit to be president. Why was she lying about it and said he's sharp as a tack?
Yeah, let's just assume that that's a lie that Kamala Harris told. Donald Trump told 29,000.
Dude, that's a very bad lie to tell.
Okay,
that
but
the United States is not sharp enough to be president.
Yeah, what's the worst lie? Okay, right? Telling all American citizens that you won the outcome of an election, causing 70% of Republicans to believe that Biden rigged 2020, eroding public trust in our civil and electoral processes, or just ensuring faith that Joe Biden is competent to finish the job, in which he was?
Dude, how did Joe Biden, or how did Donald Trump win this last election by a landslide?
He didn't win it by a
And
landslide. That's fake news.
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
What's the landslide?
Dude, we won the House, the Senate, and we won everything, dude. Like,
By how many votes? Wait. Yes, you
before-
won everything, but that doesn't automatically equate to winning everything by a landslide, okay? I don't consider a margin of like what, less than 1 or 2 million votes to be a landslide. Also, not to mention that you haven't responded to my question yet, okay? Wait. Can you please name one Trump policy you like? Because the entirety of the time that you've been up here, DJ, you've talked about like conspiracy theory and nonsense fucking sense, if I'm gonna be honest. I want you to name a Trump policy that you like.
The Trump policy? Return to Mexico.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you talk about that with Parker. And by the way, for everybody at home on YouTube, I know that you cannot see the TikTok live right now, but we actually have my friend Parker, who's another woke liberal that is going to be joining us. And I'm going to pass this one off to Parker just for a moment while I go and I use the restroom. So everybody at home on YouTube, you will still be able to hear Parker debating the guests. You just won't see me while I'm going pee real quick. For everybody at home on TikTok, same thing. Go ahead and take it away, Parker. I appreciate you for being here, and I'll be right back.
You called it Return to Mexico. It's called Remain in Mexico.
Remain in Mexico.
All right, and it's related to the asylum process, which is a legal process. And I'm going to ask you this question. People who are seeking asylum from Mexico, where should they stay while the U.S. processes their asylum claim?
Where?
Yeah.
Mexico.
In the country they're seeking asylum from?
Yes.
Can you please explain to me how that makes sense?
How that makes sense?
Do you even know what asylum is?
Yes.
Tell me what it is.
That means that they're coming here claiming that where they're living at is not safe, so they're coming here to try to live here.
They're fleeing persecution on a protected class. Okay.
Yeah.
Since they're fleeing persecution on a protected class, well then my question is if they're fleeing that persecution, shouldn't you say that they should be able to actually flee it? It sounds like you're not actually upholding the asylum process if you say that they should stay in Mexico if they are seeking asylum from Mexico.
Well, I feel as though a lot of the people that are coming over here are not coming over here for asylum. They're coming over here just for a better place to live. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not so much as, hey, their lives are in danger, or, you know what I mean? Like,
So you're saying people are coming based upon false asylum claims.
Yes.
And what you need to do is you need to make the process go faster while in the United States to disincentivize people to go through the process of asylum, like when they don't have a legitimate claim.
Wait, say that again?
Yeah, if they don't have a legitimate claim, you want to disincentivize them to come to the United States by providing services that go faster in the United States for processing asylum claims. But you still want to provide a particular system that protects people who are actually seeking asylum. When you say remain in Mexico, it does not create a system that actually protects people who are seeking asylum. The whole reason why the asylum process exists in the first place.
I mean, I agree. We need a system in place to where people. See, here's the problem or the issue. Okay, everything, like everything's been done now to where it's like everything's been like whittled away to where now like anybody can just come over here and come into the country, right? We need to go back to the beginning. We need to go back and
Wait, what's wrong with just wait? I have a question. What's wrong with just anyone coming to this country?
What's wrong with it? If they come in the right way, it's fine.
Okay. Well, then we needed to define like what the right way is. If you're not willing to reform,
well, I obviously.
What is your defined right way of getting into the country?
I mean, obviously, I agree that that we do need maybe a better way for people to come over here, maybe a quicker way, but we need a way to where we could make sure that people are actually coming over here for asylum, from persecution rather than just coming over here because, you know what I'm trying to say? It's just a better way of life.
Have I talked to you before?
I'm sorry?
Have I talked to you before?
I don't know.
Your name looks pretty familiar.
I don't know if we talked or not.
I don't know.
Andrew, thank you so much for the $5 super chat.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's.
Can I make a point real quick?
Yeah,
so
go on.
So you're basically eroding the entire system of asylum if you make it remain in Mexico for people who are seeking asylum from Mexico. So you're not really making sense because it sounds like you don't actually believe in the asylum process when you make that type of argument.
I don't agree with the asylum process.
There we go. So do you think that all asylum seekers who are legally in the country currently should be considered illegal?
No. But the issue is here we are with the way that it was done, right? Just like everything else, it starts little by little. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, oh, here they can come in. Next thing you know, it's like it's blown out. Now everybody's just running over the border and coming in. We need to go back and we need to go to the beginning.
What's the reason of restricting people under review? Is it to like limit criminals from coming to the country? Is it to limit violent offenders from coming to the country?
Well, I mean, it's that. We just need
that.
to know.
It's that. So then I have a question.
No, we need to know. We just need to know. We need to know who's coming over here. You know what I'm trying to say? Like we have people that are coming over and they're given court dates. They're not showing back up to their court dates.
Since you brought that up as a point, here's a relevant point I can bring up. People who are currently in the country undocumented, right? Would you give them a pathway to citizenship so that we can know who they are?
Would I give them?
They're already in the country. They're already in the country. You're not going to be able to determine if they're undocumented unless they commit a crime, right? Or you have some reasonable suspicion, right? Which you can't identify because you can't just restrict people's constitutional rights and force them to give up papers.
Well, I mean, I feel as though there's too many people over here now to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you know how many years that would take? We have millions upon millions of people in the United States that are here illegally. Like,
and you want to know who they are, right?
I'm sorry?
And you want to know who they are, right?
Of course.
So then give them a pathway to citizenship. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to identify who they are.
Well, isn't there a pathway to citizenship?
No.
Yes, there is.
Please tell me how.
There's no pathway to citizenship over to the United States.
No, for not.
Is there a legal way to seek asylum?
Hold on. For undocumented immigrants that are in the country, there's currently under law not a pathway to citizenship.
Daniel, thank you so much for the $10 super chat over on YouTube, and I think your message there is pretty funny as well. Thank you.
In the way that we're referencing, right?
No,
because the legal process that you're talking about takes literally years to go through. So it's not a process for someone who's in the country right now already who's undocumented. I'm talking about a process for people who are already in the country right now who are undocumented, who have not committed violent crimes or bad crimes.
I mean, did they commit a crime to come over here?
Dude,
it's not a bad crime.
Hey,
no, was it a crime? Is there bad crimes and less? I mean,
so I'm actually
crime.
One moment, DJ. So are you saying that you agree with like mass deportation of all undocumented migrants?
At this point, yes.
Okay. Name one way that nonviolent undocumented migrants hurt you, hurt me, or hurt any other American or America as a whole.
How are they hurting us?
Yeah, name one way.
I mean, why do I need to name one way?
Because I can name several ways that they help. Like, for instance, every single year undocumented migrants pay about $100 billion in federal, state, and local taxes. Undocumented migrants reduce crime rates as they are significantly less likely compared to U.S. citizens to commit property crimes, to commit violent crimes, to commit any crime at all. Undocumented migrants add to the American GDP, right? Migrants are expected to add $1.7 trillion to the GDP over the course of the next 10 years. So seemingly they help you, they help me, they help America. They don't hurt you, they don't hurt me, they don't hurt America. Maybe we should offer undocumented migrants pathways to residency or citizenship so they could help even more because that'd give them more leverage in the workplace to get paid more for their work, right? Which is another really good thing for America. They will become even more productive providers into the American economy. That's my solution, and it's really simple.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is it got way out of hand. You know what I mean? It got way out of hand.
When you say out of hand, you're implying that there's harm being caused. So just quantify the harm. Tell me how undocumented migrants.
There doesn't have to be harm. There doesn't have to be harm.
Okay, so you're just saying like the good that undocumented migrants have caused has just gotten way out of hand. What?
The problem with it is like we have people who are over here.
Wait, what's the problem with a demographic of individuals who only provide good things to America?
Because they came over here illegally. They broke
Wait,
the law to come over
wait.
here.
I have a perfect question. Someone actually sent you this on a super chat, and this is a good question. Would you rather have 1,000 undocumented immigrants in the country who are not violent offenders, who have done nothing wrong, who are working here to better their lives and their families' lives, or one violent offender, right, who's a legal citizen?
Would I rather have?
Who would you rather have in the country?
I mean, I have no idea. You know what I mean? I don't.
You don't know?
No,
Really?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's just a hypothetical question that I don't need to answer.
Wait. If you just like choose to not engage in hypotheticals, I'm guessing you chose to fail third grade math, right? Because we used hypotheticals even back then to better understand truth. You know, like the whole, if you made 5 apples a year for 5 years and sold 3, how many apples would you have produced?
I mean, I
How many
understand.
would you have sold?
I understand. No, I understand where you're coming from, but I mean, it's a hypothetical question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like third grade
that
math
person.
class. Wait. Third
that
grade math
person-
class was also a hypothetical question.
Well, let me-
Dude,
let me-
he's
let me-
looking at
let me-
answer
okay.
3 on his math test. He's like, dude, I can't answer this. This didn't happen in reality. I
No.
can't answer this.
Well, no, I'm gonna say-
I didn't actually see 6 red balls and 2 blue balls and 3 purple balls and 2 yellow balls and 2 green balls. I didn't
No.
actually see those. It's a hypothetical reality. It doesn't fucking exist. I'm
No,
not
I'll say it
answering
like
this.
this.
Fuck you, teacher.
We
I'll
got
say it
Ben
like
Shapiro
this.
on the line.
Honestly, I'd rather have the one American citizen, because we could find that guy and we could do what we need to do with him.
Would you rather have 1,000 undocumented migrants who are not committing violent crimes, who productively provide to the GDP, who work and pay taxes, or one grapist U.S. citizen that will continue to grape and not get caught?
How are you going to continue to grape and not get caught? Huh? I mean,
think
if you
wait,
grape,
wait,
you'll
wait,
get
wait, wait.
caught.
You don't think
Wait,
that there are
wait,
0
wait.
rapists that don't get caught?
Wait, you
Because-
think?
I mean,
wait,
I
one
think-
second. Stop. You think that our criminal justice system is perfectly efficacious?
No, I don't.
wait.
But I feel like-
I like how he was
I
arguing
feel
that,
like
but
we
then
could
literally
find-
believes it's all
I feel
false
like we
with
could
Trump.
find the grapist, though. You know, I feel like we could find him definitely. You know.
Okay, so like Trump,
I mean, there's
we did. We
there's
held him
no-
civilly liable unanimously by a jury of 9 people, and
No,
you didn't believe it.
I understand, but there's no easy answer to this. You know what I'm saying? Over the years, this has been, has been going on and on and on and on to where the point now to where we have 1 million people coming in a year. I mean, it has to slow down, you know? And the only way to do it correctly is we have to go back from the beginning. We got to go back and get the people out to get the people back in. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying. Hey, man, anything else you want to add on here before we move on?
You don't understand that?
I honestly, I wasn't even listening. I tuned you out. I'm being honest. I'm trying to be honest. My apologies. Kind of, sort of, not really. Is there anything else that you'd like to add on? Here
I'm not
before
gonna
we
lie, I
move
did
to
the same
next guest?
thing. I'm not gonna
Onto
lie.
that?
I did the exact same thing.
Dude, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
man.
DJ. I feel terrible.
Yeah, I feel.
Why do you feel
so
terrible?
Bad, so bad.
Because I completely zoned you out.
I don't feel terrible.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you guys feel about Doge? How do you guys feel about Elon Musk finding all this money?
It's just not going to be effective.
I'm sorry?
It's just not going to be effective. It's not going to help the American people.
Why?
Yeah, because in order for the Trump administration to have a net positive impact on reducing government expenditure through Doge, it means that Doge would have to cut more than Trump spends. Elon Musk has said his goal with Doge is to cut $2 trillion, which, by the way, is also impossible. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's TCJA for another 10 years is estimated to cost $8.4 trillion, and that's just one of his bills. So Donald Trump's administration has significantly more upward pressure on government spending than Doge has downward pressure on government spending, meaning all in all, it's ineffective compared to Kamala Harris's presidency. And I could just run this like very simple math equation. Donald Trump wants to spend $8 trillion on tax policy. Doge will cut max $2 trillion. Net increase of 6.4 trillion just by tax policy alone from Trump. Okay?
Yeah.
Kamala Harris's tax plan only cost around $3 trillion, and she knew how she was going to pay for it over the 10-year lifespan of the bill, meaning net increase of $0. So that's why I'm not a big Doge guy. You got a response?
I don't.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Well, I appreciate you for coming up.
Yeah, no problem, buddy.
Kristen, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo, Kristen. Kristen says I totally tuned you out. I appreciate you for the love, Kristen. W's to Kristen in the chats, y'all, as well as Thomas with a $15 donation on Venmo saying guy makes 0 cents. That's so real. And Mackenzie, Makensie, thank you for the $25 donation on Venmo for constantly trying to educate these idiots. I appreciate you for the love, Mackenzie. Haley with $1, Maureen with $1, as well as More Vowie with a $10 super chat over on YouTube, saying, if I recall correctly, 95% of rapists will walk free. You're correct. As well as Sylvia on YouTube with a $10 super chat, saying, didn't he just put through an executive order to give Doge the authority to restructure the federal government? I hate it here. I'll have to research that. I haven't seen that yet, but I know that they've been trying to do so. Anyways, Parker, I appreciate you for joining me on the stream today, man. How are you doing, man?
Doing good. Just chilling. I do have a few people to thank real quick, and then I'll go into that. Carly, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Jay, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Probably do. Super cool, nice girl. Thank you for the $10. Everyone say happy birthday to super cool, nice girl. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Kristen, thank you so much for the $20 as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate Gerard. Thank you so much. I appreciate the $18 for the pork tenderloins. Thank you so much, Anna. Thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Hold up. I just read it and I was gonna. Can you give Jane in her painting studio a quick shout out? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yay. Shout out to Jane. And Lily, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. And Daisy, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. It's been, okay today. My neck is like fucked up. So I have like a heating pad on it.
It's a fucking anxiety pin. You guys in the chat, okay, both on YouTube and on TikTok, it's a goddamn anxiety pin. I'm sick of this bullshit. I'm sick of the allegations. You if you think I'd ever do something like that, you don't know me. I'm not the type of guy to destroy my lungs, and it's a gateway to the worst substances on earth, that damn nicotine. I'd never do it in my life, okay? We're gonna go in and get Dale. Hello, Dale. What's up?
But do you know, if you did do it, what would you recommend?
Well, I'd probably have to say a Coolman in either a Geek Bar or the 50,000 Puff new REXs. But Dale, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
How do you know so many specifics there, Dean?
The same thing. I know a lot of politics. I'm just a very specific guy. I'm educated. I read. Obviously, you've never read your formal literature. I feel as if it's.
Can you name me 3 books?
Could I name you 3 books? The Bible, King James Version, the Bible, NIV version.
No, they can't all be the Bible. We're banning religious texts from being mentioned. Name books outside of the Bible.
The Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx.
I'll give you half that. There's also Frederick Engels.
Okay, let's see the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling.
Which one?
We'll have to go with. Let's see here. What was my favorite book to read? Definitely didn't just watch the movies. What's the one about like the prince? The Prince of what?
Dude, this is brutal. Oh, come on, you got 2 more to go.
Okay. Wait, I actually have 1 more to go.
No, you don't. You didn't even get it.
Yeah, well, we'll do.
You said the Harry Potter series.
Wait. We'll do The Prince by Machiavelli.
Okay.
Okay, it's a Half-Blood Prince. Okay, I was just missing 2 words.
Okay, come on, Chad.
There's your 3 books.
Okay, buddy. All right, Dale, did you vote Trump? I read and named 3 books. Honestly, bro, I would have crumbled under pressure there. Honestly, I do know 3 books, but I would have crumbled under pressure for sure.
Yo, Luke, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
I voted for Trump, 100%. Aye, brilliant.
What do you call Lays? Super girl, nice girl. Thank you for the future encounter. What do you call Lays?
What do I call Lays? What do you mean?
Like the Lays that you buy at like a gas station. What do you call them?
I'm from Scotland. I'm from.
Someone asked in the YouTube chat, "Is Parker AI?" Yes, I am not real. I am AI Parker.
Do you call them crisps, perchance?
Listen, Parker. What was your name?
What's up, bud?
I fucking love Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is the best thing that ever happened to America.
Okay, that's a really weird thought that you have, man. That's a really weird thought. Why do you have that thought, man?
He's not from
Okay,
America.
well.
He's not from America. We gotta move on.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was asking. I was like, dude, why do you have that really weird thought?
We got our next guest loading in here, you guys. If you are one of the 9,000 people watching it on TikTok, guys, make sure that we're double tapping on that phone screen. Let's try to get up to 2 million likes. Additionally, all right, make sure to share this live out with a handful of friends and spam that chat. If you're watching at home over on YouTube, either live or after the live stream ends, make sure to drop a sub, drop a like. Let's try to get this boosted on the YouTube algorithm as well. And if you are watching and you'd like to support the stream, okay, feel free to support me on Venmo or PayPal. If you're watching on TikTok, that means going through the link tree in my bio. You'll get a notification at the top of my phone screen where I'll be able to thank you, shout out your name, the amount, as well as any attached message. If you're watching over on YouTube and you'd like to support the stream, you could also do that through Venmo and PayPal, which you could find through the pinned message, but you also have the ability to just send a super chat in, which you will also get a shout out. I appreciate you guys so much. We're going to move on to that next guest. Spam MAGA down below in that chat if you do want to come up. We will get our next debate going right now. What is up, Zoe? How old are you?
What's up, Dean? I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Also, yo, Gerard, thank you for the $18 donation on Venmo to buy some pork tenderloins. I appreciate you for the love, Gerard. Let's get at least 200 big W's for Gerard down below in that comment section and some booms as well. Back to you, Zoe. Why did you vote for Donald J. Trump, the worst presidential candidate of your lifetime? May I add?
Because I like that he puts America first. But I have a question for you. Am I allowed to ask?
You like that he puts America first. Did
Yes.
you pivot like quickly to the but I have a question for you because you just know that's abundantly indefensible?
No, I've been here before, and our conversation kind of went nowhere.
Okay, so then why'd you come back?
Because I have something else I want to say. I have a question.
Ask away.
Thank you.
Honestly,
You
if
guys-
it was my life, I would have kicked you.
Do you guys truly believe that with the way you talk to people, that you're genuinely changing anybody's mind?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I do.
At least the people you're debating.
Yes. Well, okay.
Well, how about when you say things
our,
like...
our target audience isn't the person we're debating. The target audience is in the chat.
Well, the target audience is usually the people in the chat. It can be the person I'm talking to, but it's all gauged off of like.
But majority of the
like,
people-
well, let's let me speak here. It's based upon like the likelihood that I would perceive that they are to be intellectually honest and change their mind in lieu of fact. So if like I have a guest that comes up here that supports Trump, but they're like genuinely trying to seek truth and be intellectually honest, I'm going to be very intellectually honest and kind and sympathetic with them. And I mean, we see examples of this every day. Like just yesterday, we saw it with Bobby. But like if somebody comes up here and they're just kind of like a really big asshole, here to talk shit, support a rapist, be okay with ethnic cleansing explicitly. Yeah, I'm gonna show them some attitude because it's been the right raining down hellfire on America, and then they're the same people screaming and shouting that if the left isn't accepting, you're a real piece of shit. So I like to give the same energy I get.
But that last guy
I have a question. I'm not here to talk to tone policers, to talk to tone police. I'm here to debate. So why do you think Trump puts America first? As well as Benjamin, thank you for the $20 super chat over on YouTube. Let's get some big W's for Benjamin down below in that YouTube chat saying, big fan, I'm learning from you at 15. Keep up what you're doing. Oh, Benjamin, that's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much.
Well, it's nice to see that Donald Trump has visited, California and the hurricane places, months after the hurricanes happened and Kamala or Biden never stepped foot. Sorry.
They did.
What was it?
That was just a lie.
Kamala Harris was working on the front lines. What was it?
I never saw
after wildfires in California.
I didn't see any pictures.
Yeah, she was handing out food. Yeah.
Well, they didn't. They're good to broadcast all the good stuff they do. I didn't see one picture of that.
Okay. Well, I mean, feel free to.
Maybe because every single time they do something good, they don't need a fucking photo op going with them like Donald Trump.
Yes, they do.
Because Donald Trump.
Yes,
wait. Then why didn't you hear about it? Oh, I thought it was the case that they needed it
because they
all
probably
the time.
didn't do it, gang.
Oh, they didn't do it. Well, we gave you specific evidence of that happening. What are you talking about?
You said words. You didn't show any evidence.
Showed words. We'll show you multiple different news articles right now. Would you like them? Or would you not believe them and think that they're like
feel free to
paid
just
by the Illuminati or some shit?
Feel free to just look up Kamala Harris jets to LA to help wildfire victims after wildfires.
What about those hurricanes that happened
with
months
all due
ago?
respect, Zoe, I was in the middle of speaking. There's no way that you're going to come up on my live, complain that I'm an asshole, and
You
then interrupt me
interrupt
midway
everybody.
through I'm answering your question. Okay, so do we have a vigilante? Are you like being a vigilante?
She's the Green Arrow.
Yeah, Green Arrow, pipe
I
down.
don't even
Oliver.
know what that means.
Oliver Queen. Hello.
Anyways, going back to what I was saying, you could go on Google and you could type in Kamala Harris handing out food after fires. You'll find sources from CBS and from the New York Post, AOL, Los Angeles Times, etc. And Emily, thank you so much for the $5 on PayPal. And then also, thank you so much, Zach, for the $5 super chat on YouTube, Andrew with the $2 super chat on YouTube, and Great with a $2 Canadian super chat. I appreciate all three of your guys' message. Thank you guys so much. But go ahead.
All right, well then, you know what? You got me. I didn't know that she went to the wildfires, but when it came to the hurricanes, the government has sent out like care packages before in the past, like under other administrations. There were people in the trucking industry that were like, there's nothing going to these people to help them. There was nothing going to help them at all.
Okay, so that's also just abundantly false. So I mean, like, feel free to research FEMA aid and how it's applicable to the North Carolina post hurricanes. You also made the claim that she didn't go to North Carolina. So once again, just literally look up Kamala Harris visits North Carolina to check on hurricane. You'll see sources from C-SPAN, PBS, Washington Post,
Do you have like,
and New York Times.
respectfully, are there like pictures of her standing in this place, or are they just writing words down?
Yeah,
Because like I have not seen any of that.
There's videos of her in North Carolina.
Oh no, dude, that's AI CGI.
But then also, like, I would preferably not use a standard of a politician going to an impact zone as a demonstration that they place America first. In fact, I kind of think that it's corny, regardless.
Well, do you think?
Of what, okay,
sorry.
once again, interrupting
Sorry,
me.
sorry.
Regardless of what side of the aisle they fall on. Now, I don't think it was corny when she was in LA, because while she lives in LA, she was helping out her neighbors. But I'd much prefer like our federal government politicians to stay away from the immediate impact zones themselves and rather focus on care through deployment of funds from the federal from the federal government. Because when they actually go to the impact zones, it takes away resources from the victims, and it's just a bit performative. And when I say that like Donald Trump doesn't place America first, like I say that because his economic policy will only benefit people in the top 3%. It'll actually serve as a detriment to anybody making under $395,000 per year. It's also the case that Donald Trump is actively like calling for like a potential invasion of Greenland and the annexation of other countries. I don't think that puts America first, because all of a sudden our foreign relations with other countries that have diplomatic leadership are worsened. Placing tariffs on all goods imported into our country doesn't place the American consumer first, because it burdens them and causes them to pay more for the bare needs to live. Can you name one policy that he wants to influence to get passed that will be beneficial to the average American?
Yeah, tariffs and deporting everybody coming in here illegally.
Okay, so why will mass deportation be beneficial to the average American?
Because we've got enough. We've got enough. We need to take a step back.
What harm do nonviolent undocumented migrants cause to you, me, or
Breaking the
average
law.
American?
They break the law the second they come in.
So can you please tell me what harm that causes? Because you said the lifestyle of the one moment, you said that the life quality of the average American will improve given a mass deportation. So what harm do undocumented migrants cause to the average American? Because as far as I'm concerned, they help you, they help me, they help the average American, because they increase.
How are they
GDP.
helping you?
Yeah, because in the next 10 years, all migrants are going to add estimated $1.7 trillion to the American GDP, not to mention per year undocumented migrants pay $100 billion into federal, state, and local taxes, relatively decreasing your tax burden while providing our governments on the federal, state, and local level with more funding to spend to increase our qualities of life. Not to mention that productive providers into the economy that are at a 2 times lower likelihood to commit violent crimes compared to U.S. citizens are definitely going to be of a benefit to our country.
So you would rather someone illegal get paid less for a job when someone that's, like a citizen would get paid more
Wait,
the same job, and specifically labor jobs.
The only reason that they would get paid less money is because you didn't.
It's because they don't have to, because these people who own the
Can I
business.
please finish?
Sure.
Yeah, so the only reason that they would be able to get paid less is because it is the case that you're not giving them a pathway to citizenship. Okay, so that's one thing. I just want to also go back to the point you brought up. You brought up the things that you liked are mass deportations and then also tariffs. That's like an insane combo because tariffs, right, are meant to cause an increase in the prices of consumer products. And then if you reduce the labor force, you reduce the productive capacity. So if there's supposed to be an increase in domestic production, how would there be an increase in domestic production if you have a reduction in the level of population by a massive level? Because you're advocating for mass deportation of what Trump's claiming to be 20 to 30 fucking million people, which is insane. That's like not justified by any statistics, but like if it was, right, you're limiting 20, 30 million people from the labor force while also trying to increase domestic production through tariffs. That would
Right.
massively harm consumers.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm not saying
Also,
that.
Tiago
Like
and Andrew, thank you both for the $5 super chats over on YouTube.
initially, yeah, tariffs might sting. I'm not gonna lie, but it's like the long term effect that would be beneficial for us. It would definitely give companies incentive to start making their product here, and in turn, giving Americans jobs. It's not gonna happen by the snap of a finger.
Wait, but like,
Fortunately-
but you have to recognize, no, that actually create more inefficiencies for American consumers and make Americans pay more in prices, even in the long term, because we should be focusing on comparative advantage. Like, I think that all protectionist policies are really, really poor, right? Because when we like deglobalize trade, we're no longer focusing on comparative advantage of what we could produce and what other countries could produce at optimal levels to sustain, the lowest levels of inefficiencies in the global market as possible. Not to mention that even if you want to implement some type of protectionist policy to reindustrialize the manufacturing sector of America, you could also just inject raw funding into the manufacturing sector through our federal government, which is another way to bump our own productive capacities to produce more goods and have more companies operating in our country offering more jobs without creating inflation, without reducing our own exports, without starting trade wars, without killing global relations.
Alrighty, dude. I mean, I'm not here to change your mind. I don't think I'm going to be changing your mind today, but I did want to mention I don't think you should be so quick to throw insults at your guests.
Wait, can
You're
you
the
try to
last
change
guy
my
that was
mind?
up here. Sorry.
Wait, stop. Can you try to change my mind? Could you tell me why I'm wrong in the sense that I disagree with all protectionist policies, but if protectionist policies have to exist, there's other things that we could do to industrialize America apart from tariffs that aren't as detrimental?
I mean, I'm good with my words, but I'm not nearly as quick with them as you are. So I don't think I have the time right now to. But
Okay.
I just want to mention the last guy up here was pretty chill, and you must not have passed your third grade math class. And I just thought that was a little rude, a little bit much for the combo. You know, he was just trying to have a conversation, and then you both started attacking him, and I think it's a little rude.
Zoe, you voted for Donald Trump, correct?
Yes, I did.
Shut the fuck up.
See, and there you go.
Shut the
Like,
fuck
and
up.
there
I'm
you
sorry.
go.
I'm sorry. You cannot sit up here and be like, oh my God, you're so bad for telling a bigot on the live, right? That you didn't pass
Like,
third
there
grade
you go,
math
just
class because they
saying
can't do
words.
basic math, right? When you voted for a guy that had a nickname, a bad name for every single person he ran against, he called Kamala Harris the R slur, right? He made fun of a disabled reporter, right? This guy is a horrible fucking individual. I can go on a million things he said terrible about women, saying that E. Jean Carroll, quote unquote, wasn't his type. That's why he would have sexually abused her. But then he mistook E. Jean Carroll with his ex-wife. He said that she wasn't the chosen one for being sexually assaulted, right? These are the types of things that he says, right? And you're going to sit up here and you're going to virtue signal about Dean telling a bigot on the live that they like didn't pass a third grade math class because they can't do basic fucking math. Jesus Christ. What is going on? What reality, what fucking delusional dimension do I live in today? We live in the dumbest fucking timeline.
Oh, hello. Sorry, what'd you say? I'll head out. I said what I wanted to say. You guys have a blessed rest of your day, okay?
Damn, W. Parker's in the chat. Holy shit. Let's also get some W Frankie's in the chat real quick. So Frankie just sent a $10 super chat over on YouTube saying, I'm recovering from chemotherapy right now. Ewan Parker's podcasts I list as a part of my cancer therapy. Frankie, I love you. I'm so happy that you're recovering. And thank you so much for the $10 donation. Now is actually a pretty good point to in the YouTube stream. So I'm going to try to do 2 hours on YouTube every day just because 2 hours is a little bit better than 4. If you are watching over on YouTube, We're not going to be ending all of the debates for the day. We're just going to be finishing out the stream over on TikTok. So if you want to continue to watch the debates and you're watching live, of course, if you're watching this in post, there's a high chance I'm not live on TikTok anymore. But if you're watching live, come over to TikTok. You could find me by just searching Dean Withers. We'll still be live, still be doing debates, just over on TikTok, none on YouTube for the rest of the day.
And you can look it up on the website link. Just look up It's Not Dean with 2 A's and 2 N's after I think it's TikTok.com. TikTok.com / it's Dean. It's Not Dean with 2 A's and 2 N's /live. He can put it as his pinned comment as well.
Yeah. Here, I'll just put it as a pinned comment. Let's go ahead and get our next guest up in here. I'll probably just leave that as a pinned comment for about 30 seconds before I end on YouTube. It's not.
And also for anyone on TikTok, make sure to subscribe to Dean and I on YouTube. We're posting a lot more on YouTube. We've been a lot more active there. So do make sure to go subscribe to us there. Yeah. It would be huge. I just hit 70K like a day or so ago. So nice. We're on the way to getting the YouTube play button.
But I'm going to go to an end over here on YouTube. Love you guys. Talk to you all very soon over on TikTok. Come over. We're going to continue the debates. And adios. Great. And now we're just back here on TikTok. Welcome in. Okay. All right. Let's go and continue those debates. Let's get that next guest up in here. By the way, if you want to support either myself or Parker, you can through the link tree in our bios where you can find our Venmos, PayPals, etc. I'd like to thank Kelly, Emily, Rain. Wow, we actually have a lot of PayPals over here. Mulaney, thank you for the $20 on PayPal. Christy with a 10. Shout out to Christy for the $10 donation. Tyler for the $1 on Venmo, and Emily with a $5 on PayPal. But what's up, Young? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Okay, why did you vote for Donald Trump?
To end this government.
Could you repeat that for me? Okay, due to your...
I think honestly...
due to the fact that you don't want to repeat it, we're just going to go to move on to the next guest. Okay, hey, if you're one of the 8.6 thousand people in the room, guys, make sure that we're double tapping on that phone screen, y'all. Make sure that we're double tapping. So, yeah, by the way, I'm going to be doing about 2-hour streams every day on YouTube just about these debates, but I do 4 hours a day over here on TikTok. What is going on, Min? Did you vote for Trump? Min, hello? Not here. Yo, Andrew, thank you for the $5 on Venmo saying keep the YouTube going. This is a rebellion. Well, I actually have good reason to end it. So, like, a 4-hour video is unlikely to kind of, like, shoot out into the algorithm over on YouTube. But, like, an hour, 30 minutes through 2 hours, like, that will. So that's kind of my thought process there. But what is up, Grant? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you?
I am 18.
Why did you vote for Trump? Wait, whoa. What year were you born in, specifically? Sorry.
2006.
2006. What's something that only an adult would know?
I don't know.
What's a mortgage?
Wait, they said they're 26?
No, it's 18.
It's a type of house payment.
I don't think they're 18. I'm sorry.
Okay, I don't believe him either. We're gonna move on to the next guest here, y'all.
How much longer are you gonna be on live?
Precisely 2 hours.
2 more hours. Bethany, thank you for the $5. Raven, thank you for the $5. Rain, thank you so much for the $2. Amber, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. And Ari, thank you so much for the $1. I appreciate it. Thank you on PayPal. And Lily, thank you for the $2.
Would you help us get our next guest up here?
Yes, I will.
Based. Guys, if you're MAGA, please just let me know down below in that chat, y'all. What is up, Rebecca? Did you vote for Trump?
Hello, can you hear me?
Did you vote Trump?
I did not, but I work with a ton of
Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates. Do you tap that screen? Do you share the live, everyone? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Who?
You.
Oh, you got 2 people on there. 35.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Why so?
Okay, why is that?
Because I saw this year as a year much like 2016 as a way of voting for the white hats versus the black hats.
Oh, are you QAnon?
No. No.
Oh, you think that there's a distinction? Is that what you're about to say?
No, that's not what I was about to say. I just said no.
Okay, so then what the fuck do you mean by that?
Well, there's a lot of evidence to support.
Dan, thank you for the starship. Thank you so much. And Isabel, thank you for the $1 on Venmo.
A lot of evidence to support the fact that the existence of the white hats and the black hats exist. And
what is this? What's a white hat?
What is he even saying right now, dude? What are you
saying?
talking?
Are you saying like the only thing that I know about like white hat and black hats is like a white hat hacker or like etc. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, so apparently there hasn't been enough research being done on the 13 families and
Thank you for the
Christ, Illuminati. Do you think we're paid by the DNC Illuminati?
No, I think that you're grifters.
Okay, why are we grifters?
I just think that honestly there's a part of me that kind of believes that you're like
Lisa, thank you for the $30 donation on PayPal. Saying proud of you. Don't forget us, little folks. I love you. I love you too, Lisa. Thank you so much for the $30 donation over on PayPal. Massive shout out to Lisa for the $30 donation. Let's get at least 300 big booms in that chat for Lisa and a bunch of W's as well. Thank you so much, Lisa. Go ahead.
Okay. There's a part of me that believes that you guys are actually like kind of secret Republicans that actually like grifting from Democrats, actually.
Yeah, if I was a secret Republican that just wanted to grift from Democrats, I wouldn't have got.
No. Like you definitely like you try and like you debate because you're good at it. And
dude, I wouldn't have. I
debate other Republicans solely for the sake of grifting money from Democrats, which is I think is hilarious.
Yeah, I if that was the case, I wouldn't have.
No, like it's actually like a really good racket. Actually, like honestly,
no, truth, do you see what I'm saying? If it was a case that like I'm not actually a Democrat, I just do this because I'm good at debating to make money, I wouldn't have got kicked out of my brothers. I got kicked out of my brothers because I'm a liberal.
I think that you got kicked out probably for other reasons too. You're probably just a dick, No, and your brother thinks that. So your brother doesn't want it to have anything to do with you because you're a dick,
No, because I was a liberal, because I advocated for what he believed was like chaos and disorder, right? But like obviously I'd prove that I'm like genuine about my beliefs and that I don't just,
either that or he found out about you. Either that or he found out about your grift. Like we're never gonna know exactly what your like life actually is because that's what like
Okay, I have a question. So is this like the most recent coping mechanism? And I could actually describe this, and I want you as well as everybody watching to follow along. I'd also appreciate if you want to interrupt me. So the reason why I think some people will say that like we don't even really believe in what we say and that we're just like actually Republicans is so you could rationalize that what we say is wrong, even though you know that you don't have a counter argument. It's like you hear what we're saying, it makes perfect logical sense, right? There is no sufficient counter rebuttal that anybody has ever given to demonstrate that a rational actor would have voted for Trump. Okay, right? And the way that you cope with this fact is to be like, well, obviously there's not a counter argument to what they're saying, but I'm still going to choose to believe otherwise by assuming that they have also chosen to believe otherwise.
Rationale is based on your perception of reality. And if your perception of reality is dictated by indoctrination, then you're going to have a certain perspective due to that experience. Our perception is dictated by our experience. And if you're not going outside of your box.
Nick, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. Me and Parker go outside of our quote unquote box more so than like anybody else in politics ever, because our careers surround constantly talking to people that disagree with everything we find to be true. Okay.
No. It's not about talking to other people.
Name anybody else in politics.
No, it's not about talking to other people.
But talking to other people that disagree with us is us actively going outside of our box.
No, that's just you talking to other people
that disagree with us. Right?
Can you give us an example of going outside of your box?
Doing research outside of your own realm.
What does that mean?
It means going away from what you know because there's a part of the realm that you guys stay in.
So
that
you
is-
don't do things in repetition at all?
And Nick, thank you so much for the $5 donation.
I'm not sure that
Fun.
I'm not sure that speaks towards what I'm talking about.
Then can you clarify?
I think you're moving the goalposts a little bit. Like
I'm not moving the goalpost. I was asking a clarifying question.
I probably know more about pro-Trump arguments than you do.
What?
Yes. No, seriously. Seriously, for instance, I bet I could better describe pro-Trump anti-Democrat arguments better than you could. Okay? Because of how often I hear them and how I spend 4 hours a day researching, right, arguments for the Republican Party via these lives. So how about you shut the fuck up and tell us why Donald Trump is a better presidential candidate than Kamala Harris?
That was a weird directive.
Did it make you uncomfortable?
You just told me to shut the. No, you just told me to shut the fuck up.
Are you outside of your safe space?
No. You just told me to shut the fuck up and then say, "Tell me to do something."
Yeah, shut the fuck up about. Right,
that was just weird. That was just a weird directive.
Indoctrinated, and we don't go outside of a box and just tell us why you support Trump and why you think he was a better candidate than Harris. Let's debate.
Okay, so you believe that the things that Doge has been uncovering is bad, right?
If you want to ask me for my thoughts on Doge, I just generally think Doge will be ineffective because although they place downward pressures on government expenditure, Trump will place more upward pressures on government expenditure. So all things considered, right, we would have had less debt and spending under Kamala Harris.
Okay, so no, I don't know if that's what I said. Did you not hear what I said, or
Yeah, you asked me a question about if I think what Doge has been uncovering is bad. So you're just generally asking me for my opinions on Doge. So I gave you my opinions on Doge.
No, I asked you if you think what Doge is uncovering is bad.
Such as what? Can you give me a few examples?
Or do you believe that what Doge is uncovering is good?
Well, can you give me a few examples?
Do you believe that the stuff that they're uncovering about where our money is going?
I'm asking you for specific examples.
Specific examples as to let's say Sesame Street in Iraq. We can say, example of condoms to fight HIV in another country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you understand that can negatively impact us because it spreads, right?
Okay, so you think that?
Yes, I think STD spread.
Okay, so you think that? And how does that happen? How
do STDs spread?
Yeah, no. How does that happen in another country?
Jesus Christ! What did you learn this in sixth fucking grade? When did you, dude?
So you're talking about you're saying that that spending millions and millions of dollars to fight HIV in another country is about us. That's what you're saying.
No, it's about humanity as a whole, and I'm okay. With
okay. So what you're saying is that
policy,
the United
and
States
also about
should
funding for
all these other countries, right?
And about funding for Sesame Street in Iraq. So you got an echo. So typically, what we'll do is we'll give other countries general grants for objectives, further research on valuable topics that could be of great value to us. But we don't track everything they do with that money because that would just be more expensive. Typically what we'll do is when we find that they're spending granted money on something that we don't want that money to be spent on, then we'll just tell them to stop. And that would probably fall under funding on Sesame Street in Iraq. Secondly, I'm totally okay with a couple $1 million spent on condoms in another country. Okay. I like to reduce disease on the global stage. I think that's okay. I think that's fine. I think that's a good objective. Not to mention, if you think that we could afford an $8.4 trillion tax relief bill that only benefits people making over $395,000 per year when we'd also factor Trump's tariffs into account, well, then I don't really see how you could possibly disagree with
Okay, so let me ask you this real quick. So
I don't want you to ask me anything. I want you to respond to what I just said. Yeah, I think it's hypocritical.
You weren't asking me a question.
No, I was. I mean, do you agree with me that it's hypocritical to just be okay with an $8.4 trillion spending bill and tax relief that only benefits the top 3% when we'd factor Trump's tariffs into account, while being hypercritical of a couple million for condoms in Sesame Street.
I think that the fact that we're trillions of dollars in debt doesn't is the reason as to why it should not justify spending money on other countries, period.
Well, the question
Wait.
You're not
Trump
answering
signed
my
off
question.
on way more debt-related spending, and his next administration is going to cause, or this administration is going to cause more debt-related spending than Harris would have,
And then also, can
based
you
on
answer
their
my question?
campaign plans.
Because you're also you still haven't responded to what I said. I was just saying, if you disagree with millions for Sesame Street in Iraq, you obviously disagree with trillions for people making over $400,000 per year, right?
Trillions for people making over $400,000 a year.
Yeah.
I think that figuring out ways to decrease the debt is
Okay. I'm so sorry. If you don't respond to the question, I'm going to kick you.
you kick people just because you don't like them. So I get it.
No, I'm going to kick you because you're not responding to the question.
It wasn't a question.
It was.
It was a statement.
No, it was a question.
Yeah, you were stating that about my belief system, and it's like, okay, you can believe.
Would you,
whatever
okay,
you want.
well, I'm just going to re-ask the question. So the question is, well, obviously, if you disagree with millions towards Sesame Street, you'd also obviously disagree with trillions towards the top 3%, right?
That's not obvious, and that's an assumption. You're making an assumption, which is an
It's
inaccurate
actually-
assumption.
No, he's asking you a question. That's not an assumption. Are you okay?
You fucking idiot.
No, I'm mind boggled at the fact that you're.
What's an assumption? Can you tell me what an assumption is?
So
Do you even know what that is?
An assumption is when you assume something to be true. I didn't assume it to be true. I literally asked you if it was
no, you
true.
said it's obvious that you would do this. That's an assumption.
An assumption is assuming something to be true. I asked you if it is true, meaning it's not an assumption.
No, you tell me that it was okay. You're arguing semantics here, and
No. Do you have
yes,
to
you are.
assume something to be the case in order for an assumption?
You said
to
you
be present?
obviously believe this because you obviously
truth.
believe this.
This is a
You
yes or no.
believe
This
so
is a
you
yes or no.
obviously
This is a
believe
yes or
this.
no. Do you have to assume something to be the case for an assumption to be present? Unmute.
You believe this, so you obviously believe.
Oh, no.
That's an assumption.
No. Do you have to assume something to be true or false in order for an assumption to be present?
You just assumed that.
No.
it was
This is a yes or no
obvious
question.
rather than something
This
else.
is a yes or no question with a yes or a no. Do you have to assume something to be true or false in order for an assumption to be present?
No, you're just actively assuming. That's
This
all
is wait. So your answer is no. So you're saying that an assumption can be present without an assumption.
What?
I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight.
Dean,
Okay,
you're
well,
an
you're
idiot,
obvious.
dude.
No. I'm not the donut. I will
You're an
re-ask.
idiot, bro.
I'm not the donut. I will re-ask the question. Do you have to assume something to be true or false in order for an assumption to be present? So there's only two possible answer choices to the question which I asked you.
Do you know how
The
to talk
first-
normally, bro?
The first possible answer choice is yes. The second possible answer choice is no. If you respond with an answer choice outside of this binary, yes or no, you will be kicked off of the live.
Apparently, I've been flagged for harassment. That's
So is it
interesting.
yes or no?
That's really interesting.
Is it yes or no?
It's a yes.
Okay, so you do have to assume something to be the case, either true or false, in order for assumption to be present. So I didn't assume that it was true or false. So you
No, it's a
obviously
no.
disagree
It's
with
actually
Trump's
it's
fact
no.
claim.
It's a no. It's a
I
no.
asked you if
It's
it was
actually a
true or
no.
false.
It's actually a no.
Okay, so you don't have to assume in order for an assumption to be present. Goodbye.
Okay. Faith, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Faith. Give me some W's for Faith in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Bethany, thank you for the $5. I'm very sorry to hear that, but thank you so much. I really appreciate
I'm
it.
so hard right now.
Stephanie, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I really appreciate that. I did hear about the situation with the USA getting cut and it leading to the person dying because of lack of access to oxygen. It's really fucking sad.
Yeah, heard about that one too. Hey, Holland, thank you so much for the $25 donation on Venmo. Holland says, Dean is my safe space. I really appreciate you for the love, Holland. You are always in here hanging out. I love you so much. I want to see at least 250 big W's and booms for Holland in the chat for the $25 donation. I'd also like to see 150 big W's for Sid in the chat, saying, Dean, regular